Hi again, and welcome to the fourth and final video dealing with the scheduling of templates which deal with 1 kilo night and 1 kilo day car. As I mentioned before, when you open up your scheduling template, your Excel program, if you see this button at the very top, you need to enable it. So we are. You can see here that from the previous video we scheduled all the kilo 1 days. Now in this video I've already taken the liberty prior to starting the video of assigning kilo 1 night shifts to all of my staff in this fictitious station. We can go over and take a look at the printable schedule and see that it's completely filled and there are no holes at all. In fact, right here it confirms that there's 0 vacant shifts. Any vacant shifts that do appear, these will show in yellow. Let me give you an example. Supposing we take a shift away here on the 11th from Rosanna. And now we go to the printable schedule. We can see that it's actually highlighted in yellow. Let's go back and give her that shift back again. And she has the kilo 1 day reassigned to her. And we can go back and see there's 0. So there's the first half of the month. The second half of the month is completely filled. Back to the availability sheet for a second. We can take a look at the second row here. After I finished assigning all the kilo 1 night shifts, I tried as much as I could to even off the percentages. And if there were any shifts to be taken away or anywhere where people would have less than their percentage of allotment, would be those people with the least amount of availability in the bottom section here. In some cases, in order to meet the scheduling's requirement, I had to go slightly over because there was just nobody else available on those particular days, or there might have been other constraints that prevented me from doing so. What I like to do in my station is I save the schedule every time that I finish scheduling a particular car. So once I finish scheduling all the kilo 1 days, I will save that as the kilo 1 day schedule. Here, the label on the top, you can see I've saved this as the kilo night schedule. So this is probably my third saved copy of the schedule. So at any point in time, if I need to go back and fix something or explain something or show somebody something as to why it was done that way, it's easy enough to do, as well as if I make any major mistakes or somehow damage the program, I have a copy that is already saved and is functional. So we're now looking at the final column here, which gives us the overall total kilo allotment. And once again, those people that are the most available should have the highest percentages. And if possible, if you have enough availability submitted, enough people submitting availability, the people who have the least amount of availability will have less. This particular person once again got 100% because they were only available for 2 shifts. Or sorry, they were available for 8 shifts, sorry, but their entitlement was 2 shifts total, which broke down to 1 day and 1 night. I gave them their 1 day and 1 night, which gave them 100%. And you may or may not choose to do this. You might give that shift away, which will bring them down to 0% in this column, and give it to perhaps the person who has 67%, if you can make that work. It's not always possible to configure your shift allotment to make this column gradually diminish, because it varies according to the amount of availability you get and where those X's are in the month. So it can be kind of confusing and kind of complicated when you are working to make the schedule fair and equitable. So we look at the printable schedule, we looked at the personalized schedule, and once again you can select here a person's name and their name will appear. If you want to print that, you click the Create PDF button and there you go. Now it's a PDF document. You can go here and print it. You can go to File, Save As a PDF somewhere on your computer, and then if you want you could email that copy to them if you so desire. This is mostly for reference. When I do scheduling and I finish a schedule, I'll look through different people's availabilities to see how their distribution of shifts are through the month. And it gives me an idea if I've succeeded in my attempt to distribute their shifts relatively evenly, which is a goal for fair and equitable scheduling. Over in the employee details, what I didn't mention before in the prior video, I did mention that these areas in yellow are areas that you can add or remove data. You can also do that over here in dispatch. We no longer have a duty operations manager. You can change that title, change that phone number, put your superintendent cell. Anything you put in these 4 squares here will appear at the bottom of the printable schedule. So if I scroll down to the bottom, this is the information that will appear along here. Unit chief cell, superintendent cell. You can change these labels. Also is included a phone list on the bottom here of your station. If you had enough people, this side would be filled as well. And it'll have their phone numbers. Unfortunately, I haven't entered any phone numbers here yet, but you could have that extra information so people have the schedule posted at home and they're looking to trade a shift or to fill a shift or to call in sick and they're trying to get coverage. Here's the list right handy for them, and they can take a look at the person's phone number and call them from there. So it's a combination of the schedule and the phone list in one. And again, if you're distributing this, you just click the Create PDF button, and you can save this as a PDF file. As I mentioned before, save as a PDF. Put that somewhere on your computer, and then attach it to an email to send out to your crews if that's the way that you distribute your schedules. If not, you may want to print the schedules and have them come by the station to pick up a physical copy. Let's close the PDF. So going to the stats, again, that has all the information about the statistics. And finally, back to the availabilities here. We can take a look that everything is filled on the bottom here. Everything is filled in here. It looks like a pretty good distribution. These numbers I'm relatively satisfied with. If I wasn't satisfied with these numbers, I might try juggling a few shifts, trading back and forth, kind of moving things around to try and distribute it. When I do my own personal scheduling, I find a good part of my time is spent trying to make these numbers as even as possible so that when people look at their allotments, they can see that there has been an effort made to fairly and equitably distribute the shifts. And that's it for my set of videos on scheduling for this particular type of template, which is for 1 kilo day and 1 kilo night car. If you have any questions or issues or concerns, or your scheduling template is not working, please feel free. My name again is Andre Ledoux. Give me a call at home. My cell number is 250-615-3639. Or you can email me at andre.ledoux@bcehs.ca. Thank you.